let us do a little practice with the federal debt per capita. At the end of 2012, the federal debt totaled $16.1 trillion. Let's calculate the U.S. federal debt per capita for 2012 using a U.S. population of 314 million. Excuse me. So we're thinking of debt per capita. Capita means per person. So the debt is 16.1 trillion. Now remember, trillion means times 10 to the 12th. So I'm going to write that in, 16.1 trillion. And then the population is 314 million, and million means times 10 to the 6th. Now I understand that 314 times 10 to the 6th is not in scientific notation, but I can go ahead and just do the math as I see it here. So I can divide 16.1 divided by 314. And that gives me 0.051273885. I just wrote down everything in my calculator. And then when I'm dividing with the same base, I subtract the exponents. So 12 minus 6. So that gives me times 10 to the 6th. Now, nobody talks about money or debt in terms of this not even scientific notation. So we're going to want to change this to standard form. Times 10 to the 6th means move your decimal to the right 6 places. Because our exponent is positive, our number should look bigger, right? So this main portion here, when we move the decimal, because our exponent is positive, should look bigger. So I'm going to move it to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the new placement for my decimal is going to be between that 3 and the 8. Now, because we're dealing with money, we'll round to the nearest hundredth. So 5 tells me to round up. So $51,273.89. This was in 2012. So that means in 2012, if every person, like adult, child, tween, everybody, would pay just a shade over $51,000, we would have gotten out of debt, which there's no way that would ever be able to happen. So how does the U.S. federal debt per capita compare to the per capita income? So the debt per capita, we just found to be, we're going to round to the nearest dollar just for fun, 51,274. The income per person is 42,693. So just think about what that means. When we calculate the income per person in 2012, look at the difference. It is clear that the debt is greater by 8,581 more debt per person. This is per person than income. Y'all, this isn't even like daily expenditures. This is just the debt. So think about, in terms of putting this into like a personal thing, think about your credit card debt, like this from last year. If you're one who has, or like your house, if you have a mortgage or a car loan, credit card debt, anything that's like just money from the past that you still owe. That's the debt. Now, if you think about your life, so you have that debt that you are making payments on, but then you also have you need to buy groceries and you need to pay your electric bill and your cell phone bill and you have to put gas in your car. So you still have daily expenditures or weekly expenditures, monthly expenditures on top of paying for that debt. So it's just, we can think about this in terms of debt per person, but we also, it's just not saying this is easy, but there's so much more that goes into it. So that's a little practice with federal debt per capita.